We often don't realize that we are the key to our own happiness, and that happiness starts with healing and transformation. Whether you need healing, guidance, clarity, understanding, or just some honest sister talk to feel connected, heard, and supported, you are welcome and safe here. So join the conversation and be healed. Welcome to Soul Healing Conversations with your host, Roz Kincaid.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Soul Healing Conversations. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing well today and having a productive week so far. I know I'm getting a lot done. So something's in the air, and it could be this Mars and Aries that I talked about last week, because your girl is over here getting it done. Well, at least to me, I am, and that's the only person that matters. So listen, if you like what you hear today and feel drawn to work with me one-on-one, then please feel free. Book a session with me at rozkincaid.com. I would love to support you in your journey, in your healing, in your evolution, or if you're going through some ascension things, I would be more than glad to support you with my gifts. And so also, if you're a business owner and you're interested in advertising on the show, then that information is also on my website under the radio show menu. So feel free to take advantage of this opportunity to advertise on a larger platform if it feels right for you. So the kids across the US have gone back to virtual school this week. And so I just want to give a special shout out to all the students, the staff, school administration, and the parents. I'm praying for you all. I pray you all make it through, because I know it ain't going to be easy with this new way of working. And when you have a kid of your own, prayers for kids in school hit a little different. They go up a little different. So I'm thinking of you guys. I know you guys are going to do well. And I just pray for protection over the kids, even though they're at home. Pray for the parents to have patience with the kids as you all kind of figure out how virtual learning is going to work for your 5-year-olds up to your 18-year-olds. So good luck. And for those who also have their kids in school, because I know that some kids are in school, pray for you guys too, that all is well and everybody is safe and stay safe. So anyway, so check this out. I want to share a funny story with you all that happened to me. Something that happened to me today. So I go to the dealership to have my car serviced, and I end up having to go back to the car to pull out some paperwork to, kind of check on a maintenance warranty and things of that nature. And as I'm walking back to my car out the back of the bay, the guy who took my car and parked it, he says, ma'am. I said, yeah, what's going on? Because I'm thinking he's going to tell me something, about my car or what. I didn't know what he was going to tell me. Ma'am, he comes closer with a mask on, of course, because I'm not playing. He says, you have your shirt on backwards. I'm like, oh, Lord. I've been out in these streets with my shirt on backwards. I'm rushing around. I got my clothes on wrong, and I am so embarrassed. But y'all, I had to laugh at myself because, we got to slow down. We got to slow down. And if it's not your shirt on backwards, it's a tag hanging out or toilet paper hanging out your butt or whatever the case may be. And the lesson here is that there is still good in the world. And there are good people that you don't have to know, who will look out for you. And on top of that, a second person said, ma'am, do you know you have your shirt on backwards? And I just had to laugh again. I was like, thanks. Where's the bathroom? Show me to the nearest bathroom so I can get myself together. And we need more of that right now. We need more laughter. We need more people looking out for each other. And look, it costs you nothing to help somebody and say, hey, you got your shirt on backwards, girl. Or you got toilet paper hanging out off your shoe. Also, again, it's okay to laugh. You're not going to crack if you laugh at yourself. So lighten up, people. Things really could be worse. They really could. So just wanted to share that funny story with you to say that it's going to be all right. Everything's going to be fine. Sometimes you got to giggle. Got to tickle yourself sometimes. All right, y'all, let's get into the topic of the day. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about manifesting. And so, this week, when I was thinking of this week's topic, or the other week when I was thinking of this week's topic, I started to look around and think back about how everything around me and the things and the people in my life got here. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about my business and how I want to level up my service to you all. Think, different things that I want to do to free myself from the 9 to 5 and feel like I have a little bit more liberation about what I'm doing. And I realized that everything from the house we live in to my business is something that I called into existence. I had a realization, like, I asked for all of this. I asked for every last bit of it. I manifested it either consciously or unconsciously. And then I went to make a cup of tea. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram at Soul Healing with Roz, I posted the tag on the tea bag, and it said, "Let it come to you." And I said, hot almighty, that's it. That's it. And I know many of you, like me, are working very hard to see change in your lives, and you may be struggling to bring your vision or your dreams into fruition. So today I wanted to come on and share some helpful information or some insights about manifesting, because we all want something that's bigger than us. We all need to be asking for those things to someone or something that's bigger than us, because they feel out of reach. They feel um unattainable, but we still want them. The want doesn't go away, right? And so um like I said, I wanted to come on today and give you some information. And y'all know I like to start with the good old definition. So according to Oxford Dictionary, the word manifest means to display or show a quality or feeling by one's actions or appearance, to demonstrate. So by definition, the process of manifesting requires some kind of action or display on your part, right? And so today I have 4 ways that you can manifest. And there are more, of course, but these are the 4 that I've worked with personally and have worked well for me personally. So now, again, let me preface these 4 ways with this by saying this. To me, manifesting needs to have a foundation of belief that what you want wants you, because if it didn't, you wouldn't even want it, and that you deserve to have whatever it is that you're consciously calling into your life. I mean, honey, listen, if you praying empty prayers or have empty hope, then no amount of manifesting is going to bring all that good you looking for into your life. It's just not going to happen. I mean, come on. Manifesting is all about asking, believing, receiving, and being patient. Y'all have to wait. We are going to have to wait. I tell my 3-year-old all the time, because she's so persistent, and I love that about her. And she gets a little impatient. She wants it right now. And I turn to her sometimes. I'm like, girl, I am not Gidget. I cannot wiggle my nose or blink my eyes and things appear right on the spot for you. It's gonna take a little processing time. So I'm gonna need you to wait. Go do something else while I get what you're asking for together. Sounds like God. Sounds like the universe sometimes when we ask for big things or even small things. So please understand that some of the things that you want, they don't happen overnight. I'm here to keep it all the way real. Stuff that you want is not going to happen overnight for various reasons. So you're going to have to be patient while you're manifesting. Let's just get that straight. Okay? So let's get into let's get into it. Let's get into some of the 4 ways that we can manifest. First thing is vision boards. Now, I like vision boards. I don't really do them that much anymore, because I don't know. I like change. I like change, but I don't like change. But I like to do different things, and I don't have to be doing the same thing all the time. And as I grow and develop, I find that I manifest differently for different things. So a vision board has been very helpful to me at different parts in my life. And so we're going to talk about with these four ways of manifesting, we're going to talk about what it is, what it's good for, and how to do it. All right. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible because y'all know me. I like things to be simple and clear. So let's talk about vision boards and what it is. A vision board is a collection of images that represent the tangible and intangible things that you want to see evidence of in your life. Right. This kind of so if this kind of manifesting is good for people who are just starting out and manifesting their dreams because it's easy, it's fun, you can make it a group activity. It's just real easy to put some things on a board and just look at it, but that's not all there is to it, right? If you are highly visual and need a visual representation of what it is that you want, then this is good for you. If you're a dreamer and you need some kind of external stimulus or some kind of external trigger to help you visualize what it is that you want, this is for you as well. So how do we do it? Okay, so a lot of times you'll hear vision boards coming up during the new year. And that's all fine and good. And that's, although that's a good time, you don't need to wait until New Year's to create a vision board. You can create these anytime, really. Any time that you want to manifest anything. So don't try to confine yourself to, I'm just going to do this for all of 2021, and I'm just going to do it at the first of the year. That's cool. But just know that you have permission to do it at other times of the year, whether it's the beginning of the year or in June, whenever you feel like doing it. Like, really, once again, you have control. So what you want to do is you can use paper. You can use like a foam board or poster board, and you can just go through magazines if you still get magazines and start cutting out things that represent what it is that you want. And don't put no judgment on this stuff, y'all. Don't judge it. Don't start thinking about, well, I don't think I can get that, or I probably don't need all of that, or I haven't been good enough. Don't let your ego um dictate what it is that you deserve, want, or don't deserve. Cut out the things that represent what you want to see in your life. This can be joy, peace, more sleep, because for real, sleep is king. I know Beyonce said black is king, and it is, but sleep is king too. So you want to start to put all of the cutouts, things that represent the tangible and intangible things that you want to see in your life. Start to put them on your board, on your poster board or your phone board, whatever works for you. You can also do this electronically. You can use get images from Pixabay. You can get images from Unsplash. You can create a board. You can get Canva, however you say it. Images. I use Canva myself, and it's really easy. I really like it. They've got a lot of different images out there, and they've cataloged them really well too. PicMonkey is really good, as well as PicStitch. And look, you can also create an electronic board with Pinterest. Create you a Pinterest board. Like, and don't and here's the good thing about Pinterest. Don't nobody need to see what you're doing. No, nobody needs to nobody needs to have visibility into your board. It can only be for you. Pinterest has set up a very dynamic way for you to create visuals and boards, and it's very, very easy. And there's all other types of things that you can use too, in addition to what I just mentioned. And so what you want to do is with this board, you just don't want to create a board, put it up, walk by it every other day, and just say, yeah, that's nice. You really want to connect to it, right? You really want to connect to it and allow yourself to be excited. Remember the tea bag tag? Let it come to you. There has to be an element of allowing in this manifesting process. And so when you look at your board, say an affirmation. Try saying an affirmation such as, I deserve to have what I desire in my life. I'm worthy of having these things on my vision board in my life. The universe, God, spirit, whoever you call them, whatever, is working in my favor to bless me with these things on this board. And that's it. Just spend a little bit of time. You ain't got to stand there all day looking at the board, but allow yourself to travel in your mind and feel what it feels like to have those things that you are connecting visually with every day, or however often you need to do it. Not because I don't want y'all getting caught up in, I got to do this every day. Then it becomes laborious, and we don't want that. That defeats the purpose, right? So try that. Try the vision boards. If you are visually inclined and you need to see something every day, I think this one is going to work for you, right? You can pray over it. You can include a ritual in it. You can include a meditation in it. You can put your hand, if you need to connect with it physically, put your hands on it. Put your hands on it and bless it. Whatever it takes. The main thing is that there has to be a connection. There has to be some type of connection in your thoughts and in your energy and in your intention for what you've created on this board, right? So the next thing is moon cycles. And I started working with moon cycles maybe a couple of years ago. And I came across, I think I might have came across Yasmin Boland's website or some kind of ad that talked about moon cycles. And I kind of looked into it, and it was very interesting to me how you can incorporate moon cycles into your manifestation process, right? And so what it is you are following the phases of the moon and using its energy to manifest your dreams. What type of manifestation is this good for? This is good for people who like to do rituals. If you like to set intentions, or you need a plan of action or some kind of structure to manifesting, then this one is good for you. And so I'm going to take a quick break. And when we come back on the break, I'm going to talk more about why this is good for those types of people. So hang tight. I'll be right back right after the break.
You have a passion, and from that passion, you've created a business. But how do you market and grow that business? Hi, I'm Emily of Shine Coaching and Consulting. I specialize in brand identity, website design, marketing consulting, and business coaching. I create a visual expression of my clients' ideas and help them develop a business strategy to meet their goals. Connect with me today at shinecoachingandconsulting.com. Be inspired, be real, be you.
The Voice America Live Events channel is here now to showcase your corporate, individual, or organization's live event. Visit voiceamerica.com/live events to see all of our past live events and find out more. Whether it's a multi-day conference, special speaker, or single-day event, we've got everything to make your event a success. We can do a few hours or a few days. For more information about taking your event to the next level, call Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or email info@voiceamerica.com. Again, that's Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or send us an email to info@voiceamerica.com. Voice America is where you are and where you want to be. Join us around the globe as we broadcast live from some of the most interesting events available. Don't forget to view all our live events, including on-demand access to past events that you may have missed by visiting voiceamerica.com/live events.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all of our show archives on demand, all from your iOS, Amazon Kindle, or Android device. Download it from the Apple App Store, Amazon, or Google Play, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
You are tuned in to Soul Healing Conversations. If you would like to reach Roz Kincaid or her guest today, please call into the program at 1-866-472-5788. That's 1-866-472-5788. You may also send an email to hello@rozkincaid.com. Now, back to Soul Healing Conversations.
Welcome back to Soul Healing Conversations, everybody. I'm your host, Roz Kincaid, and on this episode, I am talking all about manifesting. And so before the break, I started in with moon cycles, and I talked about how manifesting with moon cycles is about following the phases of the moon and using that energy to manifest your dreams, and how it's good for people who like to do rituals, set intentions, or need a plan of action or some kind of structure to their manifesting process. But real quick, before I go on, I want to just say that I have a friend who swears by manifesting with the moon in some form. She likes to, she's awesome. She likes to set intentions every new moon as well as every full moon. And y'all, I promise y'all, it works for her every time. Every time. Now, again, stuff ain't happening the next day. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But she has a proven way of working with the moon cycles that is fascinating to me. And so this is also good if you want to take an active approach to manifesting, but you want to take small steps towards your dreams or your intentions. So how do we do this? And so for the sake of time, I'm going to keep this type of manifesting a bit high level, because there's a lot of details that comes with manifesting with moon cycles. And I may even bring back my lunar cycles workshop. So y'all stay tuned. You never know. I might bring that back before the year is over. So the first thing is to understand that the moon is that it helps us to connect to our own cycles and our own moods, which make a difference when manifesting. Because if you're trying to actively manifest when you should be resting, then that's going to be counterproductive in this particular process. It's just something to keep in mind. So just understand that, cycles do align, especially with the moon, and especially if you're a female, because moon energy is feminine, right? So there are 8 phases to the moon. You got the new moon, the waxing crescent, first quarter moon, waxing gibbous, then there's the full moon. Then we kind of start to go backwards with the waning gibbous, the third quarter, and the waxing crescent. Again, I might be teaching that later on this year. Stay tuned. So consider the new moon a clean slate. It's a time for gathering your thoughts and making an intentional plan for what it is you'd like to achieve in the coming days or the coming weeks or even the coming months, right? Because remember, everything don't happen at a snap of a finger all the time. So consider the full moon, which is midpoint, a time for reaping and harvesting your blessings, your rewards. And then we have the waning crescent moon at the end of the cycle. And that's a time for reflection, a time to surrender to the unknown. Because again, not everything is going to come up during one cycle of the moon. Some things are going to take a little bit more time. And so you got to surrender those things, right? And the waning crescent moon is also an ideal time to just rest. You've been doing a lot. This is a very active way of manifesting. And so you also have to build in time to rest, to rebuild your energy stores for the next moon cycle of action. This is very action oriented, this way of manifesting with the moon. So between the new moon and the waning crescent moon, what you're doing is you are writing down your goals and dreams. Like I said, my friend who writes down her intentions every new moon. You're going to write down the actions that you want to take. Throughout the course of this process, you're going to be editing, revising, kind of keeping an eye on what's working, what's not working, revising the plans. And then you're going to be reaping any rewards. And rewards can come in the form of lessons. You got to see everything as a blessing, or mostly everything as a blessing. because everything has a lesson. Everything is there to teach you something. And so even though by the time you get to the full moon, you may not see what it is that you've intended to see in one moon cycle, you've learned something that you can carry forward and improve upon the next cycle, right? And then you're also resting again. You got to rest if you're going to do this type of thing, because it's action oriented. It's action based, and you can burn out a little bit if you don't watch it. Okay. You have to be patient again, because once again, not all things are going to manifest. You're not going to reap everything at every full moon. It might take a few cycles to start seeing things, and that's okay. That's okay, because there are things that you're asking for that involve other people, that involve other situations, that require people and things to be moved around. There are things that need to happen in other areas in order to get you what you asked for. So, you have to be patient and know that just because you don't see it in one cycle doesn't mean it's never coming. Right? You can also throw in a new moon or full moon ritual with this to help create sacred space, or just to give thanks for what's to come. This is really, like I said, this is really good if you are into you about that action. You want to do something. You feel like you need to have a hands-on approach with manifesting. But again, you're going to need to take a break, take the rest, and learn the cycles of the moon, and learn when you should be active and when you should not be active, or when you should be resting or should be taking a more passive approach, right? This whole process isn't all about action, but there's time to rest too. And that's healthy. You can also use moon cycles to pattern your life in general. They always say, stuff gets popping when the new moon comes up. And that might be time for you to meet with your friends. New moon might be time for you to just, veg out. So again, I think I might have something for y'all later on on a lunar cycle. So stay tuned. Getting a little idea here. Okay. So the next one is inquiry questions. So I am actually taking a spiritual coaching certification right now, and in that class, I recently learned about inquiry questions. And so, an inquiry question is when you ask a question of the universe, God, spirit, whatever you refer to, and relying on your intuition or your spirituality to give you that answer. Right? This is really good for when you have a goal, you have a dream, but you don't quite have the clarity on the path to an answer or a goal or an intention that you're trying to reach, right? So what you do is very simple. This is very simple. And I actually have one going right now that I'm getting bits and pieces to. What you want to do is you want to write your question on a Post-it note. Place that Post-it note where you can see it every day. You can put it on your bathroom mirror, on the refrigerator, whatever works for you, wherever you're going to be able to see it every day, and take a few minutes to connect to it. Like really read it and really connect to that question. Really, really connect in a way that, how can I say, starts to draw answers to you. Get curious about it. And I'm not talking about the curiosity where you're trying to figure out every little part and piece to it, but get curious about it I don't know how else to say it. Get curious about it in a way that raises the vibration for drawing it to you. So for example, y'all know it's no secret, I would like to quit my job and do this on a more full-time basis. I would like to serve and use my gifts and coach and do readings and do energy healing, do soul healing on a full-time basis. That is no secret. I've been all over this internet talking about that. Right? So for me, my question is how do I create an opportunity to do that, to leave my full-time job? What needs to happen in order for me to leave my full-time job and to do coaching or soul healing. Let's just call it that, soul healing on a full-time basis. Now, I don't know all the answers to that. I don't have the full picture of what that looks like. Now, I know some stuff because I just been sitting on this for a minute. And so bit by bit, what has happened is random people have been contacting me to help me. Just to give me ideas. I have been getting insight from the higher ups, what I call my spirit team, the higher ups, and just getting ideas for content that I can build that will help the people. Not miraculously, but in no coincidence, things at work have slowed down. And so I have a little bit more time to let business breathe and to pay more attention to it. And this has only been over the course of maybe 3 weeks. And so that's what I mean by connecting to it. Ask the question. Give that question some thought, but you don't want to give it too much thought because you don't want to obsess over it, which is also counterproductive to manifesting. You want it too bad. So so you end up putting yourself in a vibration of lack because you feel like you need it so bad, right? And then the rest is up to spirit. To me, this is like making a wish, blowing out a candle, and walking away to go live life while I stay aware of what my intention is. My intuition is saying to me, and the signs and the symbols that spirit is sending to me in response. That's the thing. You got to stay connected to your intuition. You got to have some level of trust with your intuition, with spirit, with your connection. And you have to be aware, always looking for signs and symbols. And, you might hear something on the radio, or you might come across something on social media that might give you an idea. So this is going to require you to keep your eyes and ears peeled. Ask the question, wait for the answer, look for the answer. But don't be looking too hard like you're looking for an Easter egg. Right? Okay, so the fourth way of manifesting is going to be law of attraction. And so here recently, I was recommended to read Asking Is Given, The Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks, right? Really good book. I listened to it on Audible in the car, and there was a lot of good information in there. And so what this is you are using your vibration to match the vibration of what you want as a way to call in those things you want or don't want, because really you're always manifesting. You're always manifesting, whether you want it or not. And so this type of manifestation is good for the dreamer, the thinker. This is good if you don't typically, you want to take a more passive approach to it. You don't want to sit down and write things out, or, you don't need a plan. You don't necessarily need to take certain steps or actions, but you want it, but you don't want to have to work hard to get it. Right? And so what you do is simple. You ask, you believe, and you receive. Yeah, it's that simple. So you ask for what you want, either passively through a thought or a dream, or actively by openly asking, which is prayer, or writing it down. Right? You ask, and again, you don't put don't put ego on the things that you're asking or this process, right? Just ask for it. You got to dream big. Because the things that you want are going to require sometimes for there to be some assistance to get them. Like drastic change it ain't a one-man show sometimes. It takes a lot, whether seen or unseen, to bring about the drastic change that you want to see. And so making sure that you're putting the thought out there. You can use your intention in your mind. You can, again, ask, pray, openly ask, or write it down on a sheet of paper. I know some people like to make a like a jar or box, and this just came to me because I saw it on Instagram, where you can write the things down that you want and put it in a jar or put it in a box and just leave it there. And that's kind of like the inquiry question, just a little bit, except you're specific about what it is that you want. All right. And you kind of leave it there and you just kind of wait. So the second step is to believe. That's faith. Y'all know that, right? Believing is also feeling what it feels like to have it, even though you don't physically have it yet. Visualizing, which can be done through meditation or daydreaming, or intentionally just thinking the thought of the things that you want, daydreaming. And again, not obsessing about it. So this is where that whole matching the vibration of the thing that you want comes into play. Because with this, you can't focus your thought on the lack of a thing, right? Because that is going to bring you more of what you don't want or what you already have. But you have to focus on the experience, of having the thing that you want. So it's really about changing your mind, changing your thoughts, because what you think you're going to have, what you think is what you're going to see. That's how it works. That's how the law works. You know, you sow that seed, whether it's a thought or something tangible, and it comes up, right? So you also have to change the content of your what ifs. This is how we change our thoughts. So one way we change our thoughts. We have to change the content of what if, because we all have doubt. We all get a little bit scared when when time passes and things don't happen, right? So we have to let's take another break. And do me a favor during this break. Take a minute to write down some of those things that you want to see in your life. Start brainstorming and doing a brain dump of the things that you want to manifest without judgment about the possibility or whether or not you deserve it. Just write. And I'll be right back after this break to talk more about how law of attraction can help us manifest.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
You have a passion, and from that passion, you've created a business. But how do you market and grow that business? Hi, I'm Emily of Shine Coaching and Consulting. I specialize in brand identity, website design, marketing consulting, and business coaching. I create a visual expression of my clients' ideas and help them develop a business strategy to meet their goals. Connect with me today at shinecoachingandconsulting.com. Be inspired, be real, be you.
Follow the Voice America Variety channel on Twitter. Our hosts always have something to say, and we know that you do too. We tweet on today's hot topics, and you're welcome to follow us. Speak up and join in at Voice AM Variety. That's at Voice AM Variety.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Are Are you finding your frequency? It can be described as that space between failure and success. It's the future of digital media. It's finding your voice. It's engaging topics, content, and ideas. Jeff and Ryan discuss the digital media space and all of its aspects. It's about making the mistakes, taking the chances, summoning the intestinal fortitude to step out of your comfort zone, and discovering what you can accomplish when you decide to try, decide to learn, decide that you have something to say, and find your frequency. Live Fridays at 12 noon Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Variety Channel.
You are tuned in to Soul Healing Conversations. If you would like to reach Roz Kincaid or her guest today, please call into the program at 1-866-472-5788. That's 1-866-472-5788. You may also send an email to hello@rozkincaid.com. Now, back to Soul Healing Conversations.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to Soul Healing Conversations. I'm your host, Roz Kincaid. So, did you write down your dreams? Did you write down the things that you want to manifest? Did y'all do what I asked you to do? And as Tabitha, if you did, as Tabitha Brown would say, very good. Love Tabitha. Love Tab. So let's get back into this topic of manifesting. And before the break, I was talking about using law of attraction. Now, listen, law of attraction is a broad, subject, and there's a lot of parts and pieces to understand about law of attraction. So I'm trying to keep it high level for you all, so that I give you some information to empower you to go and research it for yourself. Go fish. Go fish. You know, I'm teaching you, but I want you to be empowered to learn for yourself and try some of these types of manifesting for yourself. Because I know y'all want stuff. I know you do. I want stuff. It ain't just stuff. It's things, and it's not just things. It's feelings. It's freedom. It's, you want to be happier. You want to be less stressed, and you want to not be so angry, and all of that. And if you need some energy healing behind that to uncover that, or if you need some coaching to help figure that out, or if you just want direct, straight answers, let me know. Hit me up at either hello@rozkincaid.com or book a session with me at rozkincaid.com, and we will get down to the bottom of it. Because really, y'all, you know the answers to these questions. You know the answers to what's getting in your way. Now, back on topic, because I can go into that for another 30 minutes. So I was talking about with law of attraction, you using your vibration to match the vibration of what you want, right? And so the way that you do that is you ask, believe, and receive. You ask for what you want, either passively through a thought, through your thinking, because thoughts have vibration. Thoughts have frequencies. They have intentions as well. Or a dream, or actively by openly asking out loud, praying, writing it down, whatever works for you, right? Belief, that's the faith part. That's the feeling the feels, feeling what it feels like to have it. Visualizing, not obsessing about it, daydreaming, meditating about it. And also I was talking about changing the content of your what ifs, because again, we all get into doubt. We fall into doubt when time passes and we don't see the things that we've been asking for. Like, hell, I know some people have been out here asking for a husband for years and they still single, right? And so because you don't see what it is you asking for, because you don't see your husband, don't always necessarily mean that there's not a husband coming for you. Maybe there's something that you need to clean up on your end to be able to be prepared, to really be prepared to receive such energy in your life. Right? So you have to change the contents of your what if. What if I can't be happy? What if I what if I don't ever get married? What if I never have a family? What if I never this? What if I never that? What if I never? But what if you do? What if you do become successful? What if you do start that business? What if you do get married? What if you do have the baby? What if you do get that car? What if you do quit your job and you become successful at owning your own business? What if you are happy? What if you do become happy in your marriage? What if? Y'all even see how that feels differently? Feels lighter? Feels like things are opening up more? It's a totally different vibe when you change that what if into something more positive and you start to allow yourself to see the possibilities of, well, what if it does happen? Then what? You can still go through this exercise of counting the costs, counting the pros and cons, but you have to get away from um, focusing on the negative aspect of something not happening and start focusing on what if it does happen. There's where you should be planning. There's where the receiving can come in. Because again, if you can't receive it if you don't believe it. And part of believing it is changing your perspective of going back to worth and value. Are you worthy of it? Do you even deserve it? Yeah, you deserve it. I'm telling you right now, you deserve it. Because if you weren't thinking it, if you weren't deserving of it, you wouldn't even be thinking about it. So how do we receive? When we believe. Well, you start looking for evidence of the law of attraction with friends, with relatives, with acquaintances, or even strangers, you know. I know for me, when I was trying to have toots, we were trying to get pregnant with toots, and I think I might have shared this before, but it's a perfect example of looking for the evidence. He knew full well that I wanted to have a family. I was well into my 30s when I decided to have a family, knowing the odds were against me as far as hormones were concerned and egg quality and all of that, but I ain't care. I knew all of that. I ain't care. I still wanted what I wanted. That's how bad it wanted me. Cause every time I would go through my cycle and no baby, I try to let go of it and I still wanted it. It was like, man, I can't shake it. I want it too bad. And it wants me. We want each other. And so what would start happening is I would hear about somebody getting pregnant, or I would pass a pregnant lady in a store or walk by a pregnant woman. And I'm not talking about just a little bit pregnant. She was like mad pregnant, like 8-9 months pregnant, like ready to go tomorrow. I remember I got stuck in an elevator with a pregnant lady. And y'all, I was mad. I was mad because at that point, I thought God was trying to play with me. Like you trying to play with my emotions. You know I want a baby. You got me stuck in here with a pregnant lady? Like, come on, dog. What are you doing? And so I would continue to see evidence. And then I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what happened to my mind. I don't know what happened in my thoughts. And I just started to see what I was seeing from a different perspective. And something said to me, what if you start looking at all of these people, all these pregnant women and hearing all of this news of pregnancy and start and seeing your friends who already have families as a sign that if it can happen for them, it can happen for you too. It can happen for you too. And I started to believe that because the signs wouldn't stop. The evidence wouldn't stop coming. You know, the evidence wouldn't stop coming. So it was like, look, you gonna believe this or you gonna believe it. I felt like Spirit was saying that. You better believe this. You're gonna believe this today. Because we're gonna get you this baby because this is what you're meant to have. And so I had a cousin who was pregnant. And instead of, and I had a moment, why is she getting what I want? And let me tell you what that energy did for me. It deferred things for me. It put things on hold until I took the time to get myself together, to get my mind right, to get my mind looking at other people's situation as a blessing that can happen for me too. Because God is not going to give you what you want when you got a bad attitude. When you out here hating on somebody, low-key hating and calling, I'm happy for you, but I'm really jealous. That's a problem. That's a problem. And so, again, you have to take the time to really pull it together and really turn what can be a negative into a positive just by changing your behavior and your thoughts. And so once I caught on to that, I started to prepare my life for a baby. Now, mind you, every cycle, every month that I didn't have a baby, my ego felt it. Oh, I was still feeling it. But the time that I spent in that feeling was becoming much less because it's like, okay, it didn't happen this time. We always got next month. We always have next month. We always have next month. Like with the moon cycles, you always have the next cycle. You always have the next cycle. And so what I'm encouraging you all to do is start to take a look. If you're not seeing things happen in your life or manifest in your life, you have to start to take inventory of your thought life and your attitude and put that joint in check. And start asking the question, am I holding myself back? Am I in the way? Is something that I'm doing or something that I'm thinking in the way of getting what I want? Or does God really hear me and he's working on it? And once again, there's nothing wrong with asking God for a sign, for a checkpoint. Because this with the universe, this what you have with spirit or whatever you call it is a connection. It's a relationship. And you get to ask questions. You get to ask for signs. You get to ask for information. You get to ask for, y'all still on it? Y'all still doing it? We still going? What we doing? We still, can you give me a sign? Send me a bird or something? Anything. Shooting star, anything. Let me hear something on the radio. And so I kept believing. And y'all, I'm telling you, sometimes my belief was smaller than a mustard seed. And here I am today with a 3-year-old. Here I am today with a 3-year-old who's thriving and goes to a school where my cousin would say, oh, that's where smart kids go. The blessing. Who's independent. I don't have to do a lot for her because, she's got some of the stuff figured out. She thinks she's 33, but nah. But God bless me because I hung in there with the vision. Yes, I cried. Yes, I got afraid. Yes, I got pissed off. Yes, I gave up. But then I picked myself up and I reconnected to the vision, whether it was a vision board, whether it was the moon cycles, whether it was an inquiry question, whether it was law of attraction, whatever the case was, you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there with the things that you're manifesting and start doing some work on you to be prepared and ready to receive. Don't just look at the people passing you by that's getting what you think you should have as God dangling some carrot in front of your face. He's doing that to get your faith up, to get you to believe and to receive. You can receive without already having it. Like, I got this. A baby is coming, is what I would tell myself. So let me get my house together. Let me get my house in order and be ready to really receive it in the flesh. I hope that helped you guys today. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. So share your thoughts with me about today's episode on Facebook and Instagram at Soul Healing with Roz, or just hit me up via email at hello@rozkincaid.com and share with me some of your full moon rituals or your new moon rituals or your manifesting processes with me. Let's help each other because everything doesn't work for everybody. Hit me up. Meet me right here next Wednesday at 3 o'clock, 12 noon Pacific, for another great episode. Y'all, next week I got Juanika Dunn, aka Miss Astrology. She's going to be with us again to give us a fall astrological forecast. I cannot wait to see what she has for us, has to tell us what we have, what's in store for the fall season. And I'm excited also to hear about her trip to Cancun. So until next time, you guys, please, please, please continue to be safe, stay connected, keep believing, vibrate as high as you can to pull in those things that you want. It's going to pay off. You'll see it. Hang in there, y'all. Much love. Bye.
Thank you again for listening to Soul Healing Conversations. Please join Roz Kincaid again for another program next Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Variety Channel. We'll talk again next week.